Okay, so this is assignment number 25, MLA report number 3. And I've already got this part of the activity completed and set up on Canvas. So let's just basically go down, and I'm only going to give you a video for the one thing that I've not taught you yet to this point. So step number 1 says to click the link here. So I'll need you to click that link, and you're going to need to copy this file over to the folder where you have been saving all of your other work. And here's the file right here, MLA3, the value of work experience. So if you'll come over here and click this button, it's got the 3 dots on it. Click that, and you want to copy this to, and you're going to have to put it in the folder that's on your OneDrive that you have shared with me. Now previously I have had you to create a folder that's got your name on it, and it'll say, for example, Keith Bennett Work. You need to find that folder and click on it, because that's where this file needs to be stored to. Now I've got a folder that I have been using for as if it were my own, and it's right here. And so what I want to do is, actually, let me go back and double click it and try that again, because I'm not quite sure that's exactly the file or the folder that I've been wanting. Let me just double click, or double check I should say. And see, that's one of the bad things about this. I can't see the whole name of this folder. I'm pretty sure it, for me, you know what, I'm gonna leave it right here on mine, because I don't want to put it somewhere that it doesn't need to be. Alright, so anyway, I guess I'll just put it right here. So I'm going to copy it there. Of course, you're going to copy it into the folder that you have previously shared with me. And then the next thing you're going to need to do is to go to that folder where you just copied it to, and that's the actual file that you're going to be able to edit, because you cannot edit that file that I gave you. You have to first save it to your OneDrive, which this represents this file right here. Okay, so you should have a file that looks something like this, and this looks very much like MLA number 2, that I have changed the aspects of this document that I'm expecting you to format yourself. And because by now I'm expecting that you should know how to do all these things, what I want to do is I'm going to pause this video, and I am going to make the changes to this document that needs to be changed. I've already taught you how to do these things, and then I will come back and we will do the one thing that I've not taught you so far. All right, so now that I've gone and I've made the changes to this document that I'm going to expect that you would make, and notice I didn't show you how to do those things because you should know it by now. I want to come down here and show you how to format a numbered list. Now, if you've done everything else to this document at this point, it should look pretty much like this. And what you would need to do now is to come down here and select these 4 paragraphs that you see right here. And by the way, let me do one other thing for you. I want to go click the Home tab, and I want to click my Show and Hide button to show all the non-printing characters. And you can see exactly where Enter was struck. And remember, every time you want a new paragraph, you would hit the Enter key on your keyboard. And so the Enter key was struck right here, because you see the paragraph mark, and then Enter was struck right here. And see, it was not struck right here because these 2 lines that you see right here, these 2 sentences, are part of the same paragraph, and that's not always easily distinguishable when we're doing the activity as we're doing it right now. And then down here, this is 1 sentence, and this down here is 2 sentences, 1 paragraph. So what we're going to do is, all you need to do with these paragraphs is to select them, and then you go under the Home tab and go under the paragraph group, and you've got a numbering button, a numbered paragraph button. And what we want to do is, I do want you to understand the difference between a numbered list and an unnumbered list, or an ordered list, as these are sometimes called. In a numbered list or an ordered list, the order of the items matters. And in an unordered list, which is basically a bullet, the order does not matter. Now, you could come down here and look at this particular list of items and debate whether or not any of these are a little bit more important than others. But we just are going to use numbers rather than bullets, so we're going to use the numbering button. So if you click on the arrow next to this, notice you've got 15 different varieties of a numbered list that you could create, and we want to just pick regular numbers followed by periods. Notice down here you've got Roman numerals as an option, followed by either periods or right parentheses, or you're using two parentheses. It's the same thing here, except you're using capital letters. Same thing here, except you're using standard numerals. Here you got lowercase letters, and over here you've got lowercase Roman numerals. So of course these are uppercase Roman numerals. But we just want to pick this one right here and click it. And notice how you get, by default, you get a numbered list. And what happens is you actually have a hanging indent. If you'll look at this, the first line of a numbered list is hanging out over the edge. That way you can see all of these numbers line up just perfectly, and the periods that come with them are aligned. But the other thing that you would want to do for MLA guidelines, and this is kind of hard to actually tell, but I have been doing this long enough that I can look at this and tell. MLA guidelines generally, they may or may not tell you that this should be, it should have a ½ inch hanging indent, or with a quarter, it should be a ½ inch left indent with a ½ inch hanging indent. And it looks like this is about a ½ inch left indent with a ½ inch hanging indent. So what you could do is you could come over here under the paragraph options dialog box launcher, and you can click that, and you can see that the indentation before the text is indeed a ½ inch, and MLA guidelines is probably going to state that this needs to be ½ inch. So you need to change this from 0.25 to 0.5. And then notice how you've still got the hanging indent of a ½ inch. So everything is going to be pushed over from the left margin ½ inch, and then all the subsequent lines within each paragraph is going to be indented an additional ½ inch. So now if I click OK, then you're going to see how this moves over a little bit more. And I did just notice I forgot to indent the first line of this paragraph as well, and that should be done as well. So let me just do that real quick. And now you'll see how everything aligns up. Now down here at this last page, I do want to say about this Works Cited page, make sure that you understand that if you do everything correct, it should look kind of like this, where all you see down here is the, you'll see the number 11 down here on the next line of this paragraph by itself. And that, if you do everything else correctly, that is the way it should look. So as you scroll through this document, this is what it should look like, including what is inside of the header, and how to get that in there where it just shows your last name. And actually, I've done this so many times, I put my own name in here on this one. It should be the name that matches up with the first line of the report. And that is it for this activity. So if you, once you are done with this, please make sure this is saved to the correct folder, and copy the link and upload it to Canvas.